Project Web App, or PWA, is the web portion of Microsoft Project Server. It is a robust application that allows you to manage existing project schedules and portfolios, create new projects, update task status, enter timesheets, manage resources, and much more. At first glance, you will notice that Project Web App looks a lot like a SharePoint site, and in fact it is a SharePoint site. In Project Server 2010, the entire Project Web App interface is fully embedded into SharePoint. All of the Project Web App pages function just like any other SharePoint site. So along with the capabilities, with the project capabilities, you also have the collaboration and document management tools of SharePoint. Now, a SharePoint site is typically broken into three parts. You have your quick launch bar here on the far left. This is a menu of links, which is fully customizable. And then you also have the content display area. Depending on the link that you click, the information is presented in this area. And at the very top, and it looks different in 2010, version 2010, is the ribbon, which brings it in line with other Microsoft Office products. Depending on what shows in the content display area, the ribbon will change to suit your needs. In the quick launch bar, you will notice project-specific links which set PWA apart from a standard SharePoint site. The meat of this is the Project Center. You click on the Project Center link. A list of the current projects that are published for view display in the content display area. And to look at a specific project schedule, simply click on the link. Another new feature to Project Web App is the status bar. Currently you can see that the status of this project is checked in, the date it was last modified, and the version is in a published state. And you will notice that it looks very much like Project Professional, and you can do a lot of the same functions that you do in Project Professional here in Project Web App. To edit a project from this view, you click on the Edit button in the ribbon. You have a choice between editing the project in Project Web App or in Project Professional if you have that installed. For the interest of this video, we'll go ahead and edit in Project Web App. The page will refresh and then show you the project in a edit mode. And you can see that the status bar has changed to checked out to me since this date when it was last modified. It is now in a version of draft. So you can make your changes here, save and publish. You'll notice that there's a status note that pops up in the top right hand corner telling you what state the save is in or the publish is in. And when you're ready to check the project back in, click on the Project tab and then click Close and Yes at the prompt. Now let's try and go ahead and make a new project. We'll show you how easy that is. From the Project Center view, in the ribbon and the Project tab, click on the New button. You can choose to create a new project in Project Professional. You can do it from a SharePoint list. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to create a new project using the out-of-the-box template called the Basic Project Plan. Now to start this process off, you simply name the project. You can put a description, a start date. You can also change the owner of the project as well. When you're happy with your name, go ahead and click the Save button. And once the save process is complete, you're presented with a blank schedule which you can start populating immediately. To start, simply click on the first line in the task name column and type a name for your task. We'll make a few here. You can hit Enter to go to the next line, or you can hit Tab which will put you into the next column of the same line, similar to Project Professional or even an Excel spreadsheet. There's a split bar which separates the views. You can move the split bar to make it easier for you to see all of your columns, or alternately back the other way to see the other side. You have the ability to also move columns on the fly if you choose to, simply by clicking on the column you wish to move, holding the left mouse button, and then moving it to the area you wish to have it, and then letting go. New to Project Professional 2010 is the ability to schedule manually scheduled tasks. This is a new feature, and you can do that here as well. If you choose to make task B and C subtasks of A, you can do that in Project Web App as well, simply by selecting the fields you wish to make sub, and then clicking the indent button. And you can now see that task A is the primary task, and task B and C are subtasks. You can change that back simply by selecting them and clicking the left indent, which will change it back to the default. And now you can go ahead and create some start and finish dates for your tasks. Simply click on the field that you wish to set. You can click on the calendar icon that pops up, or you can type the date in manually if you choose to. So we'll go ahead and save this project. We'll go about creating a resource pool so that we can add some resources to this project. Now, before you can add resources to a project, you first need to build a resource team or resource pool, similar to the way you do it in Project Professional. To create a team in Project Web App, click on the Project tab in the ribbon, and then click the Build Team button. This will bring up a list of all the resources available in your system. And to add them to your team, click on the resources you wish to add, and click the Add button. And these will be your new team for your project. When you're happy with your team, click on the Save and Close button. So now that we have a team built for this project, we can scroll over to the Resource Names field, and you will see that the names that we just chose are selectable here. So we'll add a few names to the pool. And now we have a few resources, a few tasks. Publish. You will notice that when you click on the Publish or Save button, the buttons in the ribbon that become unavailable will gray out. So there's full modality going on here between the windows. The ribbon knows what's going on in the content display area. Now to check in the project, click on the Project tab, then click the Close button, and say yes to check the project in. Now let's take a look at a few options that Project Web App gives you to extend the schedule out into a more collaborative environment. If you click on the Project tab, you'll notice a Project Site button. The project site is created automatically when you create a new project or import a project through Microsoft Project Professional. It's built off a template which you can customize to suit your needs. And this out-of-the-box template basically gives you a very basic collaborative site with a document library, a few lists for issues, risks, deliverables, a calendar, team discussion. So as a project manager, you can, while working within the schedule here, you can tie issues and risks and documents to specific tasks, which will then show on the project site. If you click on the Options tab, you will see a few buttons here. If you click on a selected task, for instance Task A, and then click the Issues button, a pop-up will come up showing you a new issues list. So you go ahead and click New, and you go ahead and give this a title. You can give it an owner, assign it to a specific user, status, the category, a due date, a little bit of discussion on the topic, a resolution for it. And when you're done, go ahead and click Save. Now, depending on how you have your browser set up, these could be pop-ups or they might be tabs within the existing browser window. Then when you're done, click Save again. So now you notice that the project now has an issue associated with it, or this particular task has an issue associated with it. So now if you are a user, you can go to the Project tab, go to your project site, and when you look at the issues list here, you will see the issue that you just created. So a project manager can work within the project, assign issues, risks, documents in the same manner to their resources. And the resources don't even need to have access to the project itself. They can work solely through task lists and through the project site without ever having to look at a schedule.